The rain hammered Karachi like it wanted to wash the whole city away. Streetlights flickered through the downpour, turning the potholed road outside Ahmed's tiny flat in Gulshan-e-Iqbal into a river of mud. Inside, the single bulb over the kitchen table buzzed like a trapped mosquito. Ahmed, 35, grease still under his fingernails from the auto workshop, stared at the cracked screen of his phone. Battery at 4%. 1 bar of signal. The message he'd typed to his buddy Bilal, *bro, if I ever meet a girl who looks at me the way your wife looks at biryani, I'll die happy, had somehow landed in the inbox of Aisha Khan, CEO of Khan Logistics, the woman whose face stared back from billboards on Shari Faisal. He didn't know that yet. He only knew the twins were shivering on his doorstep. Zara and Zoya, 22, soaked saris clinging to their thin frames, stood under a shared dupatta that did nothing against the monsoon. Their eyes, identical, huge, terrified, locked on him. No luggage. No shoes. Just a plastic bag dripping water. Uncle, the one on the left whispered, voice cracking, our father, he sold the house. Said we're old enough to manage. We have nowhere. Ahmed's daughter, 6-year-old Maryam, peeked from behind his legs. Papa, they're crying. He should have shut the door. He was barely feeding 2 mouths. Rent was late. The workshop owner had docked his pay for the 3rd time this month. But the girls looked like sparrows fallen from a nest, and something in his chest, something that still remembered his own father locking him out at 16, twisted. One night, he said. Just one. He gave them his bed. He and Maryam took the floor. The twins curled together like commas, whispering in a language that sounded like fear. At 2:17 a.m., his phone buzzed. Unknown number. Flirty texts at midnight? Bold strategy for a man who can't spell biryani correctly. Asterisk. Ahmed's stomach dropped. He opened the sent folder. There it was. Wrong contact. Aisha Khan's name glowed like a death warrant. He typed back with shaking thumbs, ma'am, massive mistake. Meant for a friend. Deleting now. Apologies. Asterisk. 3 dots. Then, address. Asterisk. He stared. Typed his location out of pure panic. 5 minutes later, headlights cut through the rain. A silver Mercedes parked in the puddle that used to be his street. A woman stepped out, tall, black trench coat, hair in a severe bun, umbrella held by a driver who looked ready to bench press the car. Aisha Khan. She knocked once. Ahmed opened the door in his patched shower kameez, Maryam clinging to his leg, the twins sitting up in bed like startled deer. Aisha's eyes, sharp, assessing, took in everything. The peeling paint. The single plastic chair. The twins. You sent me a love letter, she said, voice low, amused. Explain. Ahmed's mouth opened. Closed. It was, biryani. I like biryani. Maryam tugged his sleeve. Papa, is she the princess from TV? Aisha's lips twitched. Hardly. She stepped inside, rain dripping from her coat. The driver stayed outside. Zara spoke first, voice small. We're sorry. We'll leave in the morning. Aisha's gaze snapped to them. Your father, name? Zoya whispered, Raheel Malik. He, gambles. Lost everything. Ahmed watched Aisha's face change. Something flickered, recognition, maybe anger. She pulled out her phone, typed furiously. Stay, she said finally. All of you. Ahmed blinked. Ma'am? I own half the buildings on this street. Your landlord answers to me. She looked at the twins. And your father answers to worse. The next morning, the rain had stopped. Aisha returned with boxes, new mattresses, school uniforms for Mariam, clothes for the twins. A lawyer. Ahmed stood in the doorway, stunned. Why? Aisha adjusted her cuff. Because 20 years ago, a single father took me in for one night. I was 8. He fed me roti with sugar. I never forgot. She didn't smile, but her eyes softened. Also, your text was terrible. Someone needs to teach you punctuation. Days turned to weeks. The twins enrolled in college, Aisha paid. Mariam started grade 1 with a new backpack. Ahmed's workshop hours were cut, Aisha offered him a job managing her fleet maintenance. Better pay. Dignity. But challenges came. Raheel Malik showed up drunk one night, demanding his daughters. They're my property. Ahmed blocked the door. Their family. Raheel swung. Ahmed took the hit, blood on his lip. The twins screamed. Aisha's driver appeared like a shadow, twisted Raheel's arm until he sobbed. Police came. Raheel vanished into a cell. Then came the rumors. CEO dating mechanic, scandal, Aisha's board threatened to vote her out. She faced them in the glass tower overlooking the Arabian Sea. Fire me if you want. But know this, I built this company from a roadside dhaba. I'll build another. They backed down. Ahmed struggled with pride. I don't want charity. Aisha handed him a contract. Then earn it. Train my drivers. Fix my trucks. Be my equal. He did. The twins blossomed. Zara studied graphic design, created logos for Aisha's new eco-trucks. Zoya aced accounting, caught embezzlement in a subsidiary, saved millions. Mariam called Aisha Auntie CEO and demanded bedtime stories about princesses who fix engines. 1 year later, on the anniversary of that rainy night, Aisha stood in Ahmed's now-painted flat. The twins had decorated, fairy lights, balloons. Mariam held a cake that read, "Thank you for one night." Ahmed knelt. I sent a stupid text. You gave us a life. Aisha's eyes glistened. You gave me a family. I was cold because I had to be. You thawed me. He slipped a simple silver ring on her finger. Marry me? She laughed through tears. Only if you promise better spelling. The twins cheered. Mariam smeared cake on everyone. Outside, Karachi's lights twinkled. Inside, 5 people who'd once been strangers became home. And somewhere, a viewer wipes tears, hits like, subscribes, because sometimes, one wrong text writes an entire world. If this story moved you, smash that like button, subscribe for more heart-melting tales, and turn on notifications. Your support keeps these stories alive. See you in the next one, **.